Welcome back. This is JKL, and on the bench tonight is Football Kenya Federation President Hussein Mohamed, taking us through the upcoming CHAN competition. AFCON 2027 will be touching on that in details, as well as the domestic league and the challenges that bedevil Kenyan football. And Bonarais, thanks for staying with us. So to just finish up on the plan to commercialization, what then happens, because if we have no title sponsor at the moment, the Kenya Secondary School Games have no sponsor as well this year. Last year it was government sponsored, and that is the competition that produced Mr. Kibet, the young man who we have in Spain now, who will be flying the Kenyan flag. Then how can this be addressed? Because it seems it's a double problem that faces the federation and the government. So from a governance point of view, the first thing we are going to do is, within the structures of FKF, for the first time, we are going to have a market and resource mobilization somebody within a directorate under the federation in the secretariat to be able to manage resource mobilization and marketing activities. So we'll have a directorate to handle that. We will also have a committee that will be dedicated to marketing and resource mobilization, that will start speaking to all potential partners and sponsors. But having said that, we've not been sleeping. We've been engaging potential partners and potential sponsors. But like I said earlier, we need a product to sell. What's the product? What are we selling to the private sector? What are we selling to the corporates? What are we selling to Kenyans? We need to package the product, make it lucrative, and make it very attractive. So this is key. Very soon I'll be unveiling something. Kenyans, just hold your horses. I want to start with the Kenya Premier League. That's coming very soon. Then we might go to NSL. Also for the women, there are certain things we are working on. We also have a pleasant surprise for the grassroots, the counties that we've been working on very closely with the Ministry of Sports, together also with His Excellency the President, and I just want to tell all footballers across the country that I have never, in my 21 years of managing sports and managing grassroots football, I have never seen a government that is committed to sports and to football particularly, because I can only speak for football right now, like this current government, from infrastructure to supporting the national teams to supporting the federation. I mean, we have really covered a lot of ground. It's just a matter of time before we break that ceiling. So you will see the rollout of partners or partnerships very, very soon. Actually, I think tomorrow we have a session with some of the private sector players, and hopefully something will also come out of that. But in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be making some major announcements. What I would like to do is to sort of, but actually urge members of the private sector and the corporates to step up. We cannot just be following the English Premier League or other leagues outside the Kenya. I don't want to particularly talk about one league, and then forget that we need to build our own. I want to give the assurance that this time round you will have good governance. This time round you will have transparency. You'll have accountability. This time round you'll have the right people doing the right thing at the right time. So please, come on board. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. CHAN is here. AFCON is coming. What do we do between now and then? We must embrace our own. We must now be productive. We must be positive. We must get out of this toxic, negative energy that has sort of engulfed every part of our lives, unfortunately. And for football to thrive, the discipline of the fans, the discipline of the players, discipline of refereeing within the refereeing of games, the coaches, really, we must up our game, and that's why I'm there. That's what I want to achieve. And certainly to get there, we also should learn from best practice. I'll come to that in a moment. But then explain more about the youth development program then, because clubs ought to have also their youth teams, but is that even practical, given the stretch in terms of the finances and logistics? And how can that happen? Because you need instant substitute. When one gets out, the other gets in. But how is our youth development program ongoing?
So one thing is certain, we have talent.
That one you've seen lately. I mean, the ones that we are able to track and monitor and pursue have succeeded. So what has lacked in the past? Nurturing that talent. How do you track it? How do you nurture it? How do you get it to its final destination? And you've talked about Kenya secondary schools competitions. We've seen the significance of those competitions when it comes to the development of our football. But many careers are killed actually in high school. Football careers are killed in high school. What happens immediately after high school? We don't even have a viable. Tertiary or college football going on. So in the next, again, coming days, we will be talking about universities, leagues, competitions at the university level, so that we can track that talent right from primary to high school to the universities. We need to stop calling football extracurricular activity. We need to give these talented players hope, and we need to nurture them and build them. And this is where Kenya Academy of Sports comes in. How do we partner with Kenya Academy of Sports to then monitor the talent and nurture it to where we can get them to play for the clubs that they aspire to play for. So there's a lot of work to be done at that level. The talent is undoubtedly there. And Ayub, for me, especially on my administration and my neck, our legacy is actually in the youth teams. Because by the time we exit office, what team will we have left this country with? That is the team that will be playing in the World Cup in 2030. So that team is now between the ages of 12 to 15. So I'm very aware of the work that is required in that age group of between 12 years to 15 years across the country. And these competitions at the sub-county level will be the key. At every sub-county, we must make sure that the leagues that are being played there are youth leagues. And those can then progress to county leagues, support the counties, then go to Division 1, then go to NSL, and then go to the Kenya Premier League from across the country. Together with government, together with private sector, together with FIFA, together with CAF. These are the partners I want to bring on the table and see how then we can now achieve our long-term objectives. So 8 years for me, the next 8 years, that is our dream team. That is the team that we want to play in the World Cup. Not that we are not going to put effort in the current teams, of course. There are our national teams that we're going to give them everything they need. But really our legacy will be the youth. And that's why we must be deliberate with all our plans, all our strategy, right from the sub-county, right from the primary schools, high school, to college, all the way to universities, and after university.
How then do you overcome? Because one problem that today bedevils the Kenyan youth, and now let's be very specific, the football enthusiasts, sports enthusiasts, is the question of favoritism, corruption, and nepotism, and the criteria in which we pick them. How can that be addressed, even as you look for partners in the practicalization of how you want to achieve that goal, which you say is an 8-year program from now? How do you overcome that hurdle?
I think it starts from the top, Ayub. Leadership is what will resolve this issue. And I'll give you an example of myself, together with and how I interact together with the National Technical Bench. I've made it very clear that I have a zero tolerance policy on interference with the technical benches of any national team. So I don't call the coach, even to give a recommendation. I don't call the coach about any player. I've given my team clear direction and instructions. That there's they should not try to influence the coach, and hopefully then that trickles down to the rest of the clubs. So it is the culture within the federation that I'm trying to establish, that there'll be zero interference from the president of the federation, from the NEC members, from the secretariat members. The coach ultimately makes the final decision. And once that culture is inculcated into our systems, then we will resolve that issue once and for all. Then that way, the full responsibility of the performance of the team now lies with the technical bench. My role really at the Federation is to create an enabling environment, is to ensure that the teams are comfortable, that the teams are catered for, is to ensure that all the tools they require are available. This is my role, that they have a decent place to stay, allowances are paid on time. And my only regret is that we only have now one allowance since I took office that has not been paid. This is for the starlets, which we are going to resolve very soon. But all other allowances have been paid, and we've settled all dues. So my role is to create the enabling environment, give them the tools, and the performance is on them. If the coach meets his targets, then we continue.
And whilst we grant that independence of operation, certainly then there are problems that within the domain of the teams, say the Kenya Premier League, for example, the match fixing problem. And how does the Sports Act address this? And is this why perhaps corporates are shying away from, for example, coming on board and injecting some cash into that?
Match fixing and match manipulation is a global phenomenon. It's not only unique to Kenya, but of course it's more prevalent in other areas than, in some areas more than others. And it's a combination of many things. So first of all, you're looking at capacity of the referees and the officials. You're looking at also the economy of the sport itself, the business side of the sport. You're looking at, of course, the gaming component to the entire or within the entire ecosystem. And these are challenges that we must again also face head on. How do we mitigate or help resolve these challenges? The first thing, of course, is legislation. Today we don't have any legislation that criminalizes match fixing and match manipulation. So this is one of the things that we need to do immediately. We're already in discussions with members of parliament, with Parliament to look at legislation. The Sports Act does not address it. And if we can criminalize this act, then of course it will go a long way. It will not eradicate it completely. The second thing is sensitization of our footballers and the officials in the dangers of this vice. And I think we've made great strides in addressing those issues. Thirdly, is punitive steps by the Federation on affected individuals. So we have talked to FIFA. FIFA has really helped us a lot in this regard. They've helped us with some tools to do with the investigative processes, and I think from that we have been able to curb most of it. However, it's an ongoing thing. So legislation is one, capacity building is another. It'll take some time to get there, but we need to again deliberately address it and not shy away from saying that we have a problem. We accept that there is a problem, and the only way to fix it is to take those measures. Yeah,
and the problem of incentive, for example, the winners of the Kenya Premier League, Gor Mahia, for the past seasons that they have won, haven't been paid, right?
I came into office in December of last year. I found this league halfway through. I'm not again trying to make excuses. This league is done. We were not able to. We are still struggling with our debt portfolio and just keeping our heads above water right now. Please judge me from the next season, this new season that is coming up. Of course, we will do whatever we can to remunerate and compensate and sort of motivate the teams by offering good cash prizes down the road. But we must attract that money somehow, and that money can only come if the leagues are lucrative in terms of competition, in terms of viability, in terms of visibility. Without this, it becomes very difficult to attract that kind of money. My dream is to see, and I said this during my campaigns, and I stick by my words, I want our Kenya Premier League to attract prize monies of 30, 40, 50 million per season. It is possible. We can actually do it. There's no reason why the teams in NSL cannot actually, at the end of the season, make 5, 10 million in terms of prizes, all the teams, and have, your 20 million prize money. But how do you attract the resources? There has to be a product that is sellable and a product that the corporates are willing to buy and Kenyans are willing to embrace.
And President William Ruto has been very clear that the vision now is on the World Cup 2030. The next edition next year seems a long shot. I mean, it's gone. Co-hosted by America, Canada, and Mexico. But how will the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia edition be a viable dream, what then will need to go into it, given the age group you have talked about that you are targeting, and the technical bench, their independence of operation, your independence of operation as well as required by FIFA from any other party? And how will then the convergence of all these energies be pointing to that direction of qualifying? And is it possible?
It's very possible, and actually it's not even the Saudi competition in 2034. 2030 will be in Morocco, Spain and Portugal. So that's the target really. And like I said earlier, it's between those guys today, the guys who will play, the kids who will play in that competition are now between the ages of 10 and 15, because then they will be at their prime in 2030. Yeah. So you're looking at actually a group of footballers who are now between the ages of 10 and 15. The question is, where are they? Where can we find them? And that's why the sub-county leagues are critical. The schools competitions are critical. The county leagues, competitions, leagues and competitions at the county level, at the branch level, are critical. That is where we will pick those boys from, and girls. It's not only boys, but also boys and girls. So we need to develop both boys and girls at the same time. And our girls are doing so well. We are very, very proud of the girls' teams. The boys also need to step up and play at that level. So the ages between 10 and 15, that's really the target. We need to find them. We need to monitor them. We need to track them. We need to know their every move from school to the training pitches, to their nutrition. This is the only way we can engineer a formidable team that will compete at the global stage, and not only participate, but actually deliver for Kenya. It requires work, a lot of hard work, effort. We have to be very deliberate. Yes. There's no shortcuts. There's absolutely no shortcuts. Look at all the countries that have made it. And that's why today, all the big countries in terms of football, we've signed an MOU with Morocco. We want to learn from the best. We are going to go into also some partnerships with France, or some parts of France, or TIC clubs from France. We are going to look at Brazil as well. It's in our radar. We want to play with the best, learn from the best, so that we can become the best.
And the best have been also looking inward. If you look at the campaign after the Euro 2004, the Germans really looked inward because they performed dismally. And a generation came out that produced the World Cup in 2014. Andre Schala, Mario Götze, Mesut Ozil, Marco Reus, this generation that had delivered the World Cup in 2014. And they reached also the World Cup in 2006 semi-final. Sure. They hosted in 2010 semi-finalists, Euro 2008 semi-finalists, and they delivered the World Cup in 2014. Are we looking at a generational shift as well of the academies and also the county monitoring system and mechanisms having such a target and vision to bring this generation out in order to qualify for major competitions that we have never, the World Cup, for example?
Absolutely, and we must invest. We must invest resources, we must invest time, and we must be patient with ourselves. You cannot achieve success overnight. And that's why this CHAN actually presents a golden opportunity. You know, such competitions become aspirational for majority of the kids. I remember when I was a kid, I was a ball boy, and I used to go to Nyayo Stadium and Kasarani to participate in some of the matches. And every child's dream is to play on that stage one day. So that's why this CHAN is a massive, massive opportunity for the future generation. It's an aspirational thing, and I'm so glad that we are hosting not only CHAN but also AFCON, because we will build a new generation of footballers that will be a direct product of us hosting these big events. And to me, this is the most exciting thing, really. There's no, like I said, there's no shortcut. We cannot wish for success without putting in the hard work. It will be brutal at some point, but we are ready for it. Football, of course, has politics like every other sector, but we'll deal with everything that we need to deal with in order to succeed. And I think now all the pieces are in the right place. We have got a federation that is committed. We've got a government that has shown in action its commitment in terms of building infrastructure and organizing and hosting CHAN. We have got now some private sector players who are beginning to open up. It's a key ingredient that we need to bring on board. Development partners. FIFA is already committed. We are going to very soon, of course, get out of restrictions. I'm very happy that we got a very good report from FIFA recently after they did their internal audits. So we are on track. And Ayub, all these things that Kenyans are looking forward to, they will happen. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. A little bit of patience, a little bit of commitment, a lot of hard work and consistency, and we'll get there. We'll get to the destination.
All right. Let's talk AFCON 2027. No worries, because we have the automatic qualification. We'll be co-hosting with Tanzania and Uganda. But what then after AFCON? Because we have seen major infrastructure, Talanta Stadium, coming up. Ideally, then, what should be the backup plan for that monumental piece of football infrastructure? And then into the World Cup in 2030, and another World Cup, of course, and in between the continental games. So how big is it, other than CHAN? Apparently, what we are talking about today is the competition that will lapse in August. It will start on the 2nd, lapse on the 30th. But we have a major one coming in 2027. How are the preparations?
I can tell you for sure, from what we've seen with the Talanta Stadium, the stadium will be ready by December of this year, towards December, according to the timelines that have been given by the contractors. The speed at which they're moving, I'm very confident that they will achieve that target. That it's an amazing facility. 60,000 seaters, football specific, 60,000 football specific facility. Meaning that it is designed for football, it means now Nairobi will have 3 very good facilities, international standards facilities. Harambee Stars, I think, has outgrown Nyayo Stadium, so this new stadium is timely. Now we will have Kasarani and we will have Talanta. I think we will maintain Nyayo Stadium for local league games as we develop others like Police and Ulinzi, which are really help also in terms of our local leagues and competitions. So to answer your question, I think if guys are excited about CHAN, just wait for AFCON. It's going to be something else. It's way, way bigger than CHAN, of course, by far, in terms of the size of the tournament, the following of the games, the tournament itself, the numbers of teams participating. And I think we will be receiving the flag from Morocco after the 2025 AFCON. Yeah. And I know Morocco will set a high bar, but we will. I know we will surpass it. Yeah,
and they are part of the Group A team that will be facing the Harambee Stars,
and we are ready for them.
Such a deadly group, and you have seen their performances in the World Cup in 2022.
Yes,
magic, knocking out World Cup winners Spain and Portugal, also European champions 2016. But then, how shouldn't this, Mr. President, make you not to take the eye off other training facilities, for example, Ulinzi that we have, which may need refurbishments at some point, that is Police Sacco, Kirigiti, Kasarani A and B, Bohongu, as well as the others that we have across the country, so that the standard can be, the standards of these stadiums can as well be standard, and the lifting can be on equal degree.
We are currently in talks with the Ministry of Sports to come up with a template. The FKF will be rolling out its blueprint of infrastructure development across the country in terms of the standard facilities that we require. So in our plan, we have about 4 categories or 5 categories of facilities that we want to roll out across the country. Of course, not as the FKF, but in partnership with the relevant stakeholders, which is development partners, FIFA, GOK, Government of Kenya, and private sector. So the first category is at the ward level. What do we need at the ward level? We need your pitch, we need your and maybe a perimeter fence, and then at the sub-county level, we need a facility that maybe has some changing rooms and a fence immediately the perimeter on the perimeter of the pitch and a perimeter wall. And then at the county level, we need your 5,000 seater. and then, of course, maybe a 15,000-seater for the top teams within the county to play at. So if we can have those categories, and then the national, regional level, we need now the international standard stadiums. And that blueprint, of course, will be done in consultation with the government of Kenya, and we will share it also with county governments, and we'll share it also with our development partners and FIFA. We are, of course, going to pitch to FIFA and to CAF for any infrastructure development plans that they have, that Kenya should be also right in the middle of such a program or project.
Okay, Bwana Rais, let's sample the feedback. Many questions coming your way, so we see what, of course, you'll be responding to. And first, this is the picture of Aldrin Kibet, who has signed for Celta de Vigo, Side B, the Spanish La Liga. And such a proud moment when this young Kenyan sensation will be plying his trade in the Spanish La Liga. So we start with the feedback now. Anonymous says, ask Mr. President, the Premier League and the NSL ended. Why haven't they paid referees their dues? Will there be integrity in matches if the referees aren't paid on time?
Well, I think we had, again, we had inherited some of these problems from the previous regime, and they were quite, I think it was quite a huge, whatever, pending bill there. But since we came into office, our dues have been settled, I think, to a certain, I need to really check. I think we had settled it as of last month. Maybe if there are any arrears, it's not that significant, but it is something we'll look into and clear whatever arrears that we have under our regime. The historic ones, I think there's an issue of audit going on, so I cannot speak to that right now, but we have made every effort to clear our areas for referees, and if there's any pending bills, I'm sure it will be dealt with within a short time.
Okay. Sir Nixon says, dear Mr. President, there has been a great concern about the poor quality of footballs, okay, on the Kenyan market. What's being done about it? And is the match ball really standardized to ensure uniformity and quality across the league?
We are already in talks with a few suppliers for footballs. Once we sign on the title sponsor for the Kenya Premier League, that will also open up another avenue for league match balls to be made available through the partnerships. And these are the balls that we will roll out, which will be FIFA standard balls.
Yeah. Okay. Mwalim Kinywa says, ask Mr. Hussein about the video assistant referees, LED advertising boards and scoreboards. They there? We haven't seen them, especially in Nyayo.
Yes, so we now have LED for Chan, we will have for Kasarani. It's part of the legacy that will be left behind by this competition, Chan. For Nyayo, will be acquired later, although we will still have them for Nyayo Stadium. I think assembly starts next week. Yeah. The first delivery has been done. I think it's at the airport. So we have the LEDs ready. VAR's installation will also be done on time by the CAF team.
Yeah. Okay. Noah Kiptala says, what security measures have been put in place to prevent vandalism of infrastructure, and how is security level in match days given the unpredictable Gen Z-led the demonstration? And this also dovetails into the question, Mr. President, of fans coming to the stadium without tickets, is it?
No, absolutely. And really, Ayub, if you give me this opportunity to speak to the fans out there, please buy your tickets in good time, and don't come to the stadium if you don't have a ticket. It presents a very big challenge, not only for the Federation, but also for your own safety and security. Please don't come to the stadium, watch the game at home if you don't have a valid ticket. And Chan is about Kenya. And I think to our youthful population out there, if there's one thing that is supposed to bring us together, it's football. Don't politicize it. Yeah. Don't shame the country. Let's turn out in large numbers to cheer our national team. Leave your political differences at home. This is definitely not the platform to come and air out your grievances during this event. We will have a lot of guests from all over the world who will be joining us for Chan. Let us be respectable, and I really urge all the youth come and cheer your team. Don't come to disrupt,
Okay.
to cause chaos, because you'll be affecting the livelihoods of thousands and thousands of Kenyans who depend on football as their mainstay.
Yeah. You can take your water.
Thank you.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Be easy. As we take this from Harun Otieno, and he says, Mr. President, any updates on landing a major kit sponsor for the Harambee Stars ahead of the tournament? Will the new kits be affordable for the fans?
We actually rolled out a competition a couple of months back. I think the committees are just about to make the announcement. It has delayed a little bit, and I will take responsibility for this. We're supposed to have new kits for the national team, but after developing the design, because we engaged Kenyans to send in their designs, I think the decision is almost done. We will communicate it, but it takes time from design to production, finding the right partner, distribution. It takes time. So for this competition, we will use the kits that have been there before. And then after that, we will now roll out the new kits. And hopefully for AFCON, we will have, and even before AFCON, way before AFCON, we'll have new Harambee Stars kits. It has taken a little bit of time, but we'll get it right.
So for Chan?
We'll use the old kit, the same kits that we are currently using.
The old, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so red, white?
Yes, correct.
Interchangeably?
Correct.
Okay. But for AFCON, then we'll have the new ones.
Even before AFCON, we'll have new kits.
Steve says, I'm Steve and I'm 17 years old and would really like to get a chance to play for the under-20 football team. I have been pushing my talent while playing in the Nairobi County League, but unfortunately, I ain't seeing no scouts. Please look onto that. How can you help Steve, Mr. President?
We have recently appointed Francis Kimanzi as the Director of Football Development within the Federation. So this squarely falls under his docket. So right now what we're doing is we're building capacity within that directorate to ensure that we can have now scouts across the country who we can engage and who can keep a record and help us develop a database of talent across the country. So this squarely falls under football development, and it is a program that we are going to roll out very, very soon. So I think they're putting the final touches in terms of the organization structure, the caliber of individuals they're looking for. We'll be able to engage a lot of former footballers as well into this particular process, and it is really at an advanced stage. So we'll be rolling it out very, very soon.
Okay. Okelo Mwalimu says, can the FKF President Hussein Mohamed comment on his plan to end gambling and doping menace among the footballers, especially in the top-tier leagues? Secondly, in his opinion, what should be done to deal with the age cheats once and for all?
On issues of doping, I think we have ADAC now. That is doing quite a good job. We have within our leagues, I think we need to be a little bit more sort of aggressive with it as well, in terms of just making it the norm to tackle issues of doping. We've not had a big challenge with doping within football, fortunately for us. But matters, I think, when Okelo is referring to, I think, match manipulation. I think when he's talking of gambling, maybe and match fixing. I'm not sure if that's what he's referring to, but I've addressed that in our discussions before, and we will have to put legislation in place and also do a lot of capacity building to mitigate the vice.
Yeah, because the Sports Act does not.
No, it's not specific on the penalties.
Okay. And Barrow Drill says, I noticed Harambee Stars players move around with Kenya Prisons bus. Kindly confirm.
I haven't seen this myself, so I don't know where he got this from, but that's not the case.
Yeah. But we'll see more presentable buses, is it, for this tournament and AFCON?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Remember, we are hosting such a big event for the first time in a very long time. The last time we had such a massive event in Kenya, a sporting event, was 1987, the All African Games. So this event also provides an opportunity for suppliers, for service providers to up their game, so that we can host future competitions and events now to global international standards. So you will definitely see a major improvement in terms of our logistics, planning, hospitality, and so on and so forth.
Nyang_KE says, please ask Hussein Mohammed plans to have official Football Kenya Premier League games played at night. Midweek games are a disadvantage to the working class who support local football teams and can't leave work.
I absolutely,
Many of us are here.
I absolutely agree with him. And now with the new infrastructure, I don't know if you've been to Kasarani at night. If you've been to Nyayo at night, it's amazing. And we will start enjoying night football once again. And personally, even at a personal level, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to going to the stadium at night to enjoy a game of football, a competitive football within our FKF structures.
Inos Libuko says, I'm watching from Tigoni in Limuru County, and so far I'm convinced that Football Kenya Federation President Mr. Hussein Mohammed will definitely save our football history from the past evils of corruption, favoritism and interference. The President should particularly fix the problems at sub-county, county and regional levels where we have massive irregularities. Most referees handle matches with impunity and most officials are corrupt. So this is just an observation. Next is from, okay, we'll be getting there, Mr. President. Okay, Okelo again says, can the FKF president comment on his plan to end? We have addressed this, gambling and underpayment. Yes, yeah. This says, let's not sweep this under the rug. Ayub, kindly ask the president what measures are in place to address possible anti-government chants during the upcoming CHAN tournament in the stadium. This was the fear during the Gabon match.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see, you'll have 45,000 people at Kasarani. Once again, I want to take this opportunity to just address football fans. Please don't come with another agenda to the stadium. The only agenda we have during CHAN is to support the national team Harambee Stars, to be patriotic on that day. Football unites. Football does not divide. So our youth should not be misused by anybody to come and cause chaos or to embarrass the country on such a big global stage. I want to really emphasize that this particular event is for our youth. It's for the youth of Kenya. So come and embrace it. Come and be part of it productively. Come buy a ticket, come for the game. If you don't have a ticket, watch it from home. So this is really something that we want to urge them to do. And then be your brother's keeper. If you are in the stadium, create the environment, create the right mood within the stadium. If you see anybody getting out of line, talk to them. Tell them, no, we're not here for that. We're here to support the national team. We are here to back our country. We are here to make Kenya proud, and that's what we need to do. So please be your brother's keeper when you come to the facilities and you come to the stadium.
Deba Ali says, please ask about the pathetic state of the most county-based stadiums and if they are in engagement with the Council of Governors because it will affect their vision of talent building. The county will serve as their catchment area, but only if there is a proper facilities. In Nyaga, there is Wangoro. In Meru, we have Kinoru Stadium,
and many others that are coming up that the government is investing in. But ultimately, if we have very competitive leagues at the county levels, at the branch levels, and the sub-county, these same devolved governments or the county governments will be forced to build the infrastructure because there will be pressure on them. And we are going to engage the Council of Governors very soon. I already had a word with the chair of Council of Governors. I've talked to the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Salim Vuria, on how we can engage county governments to work hand in hand with us in development of football, not only infrastructure, but leagues and competitions. So we need to join hands to make sure that we achieve our goals and our objectives. The moment we do the inter-county competitions, what you're calling Talanta Hela, and bring it back, then the consequence of that, the natural progression will be that infrastructure will have to be developed to be able to cater for the demand.
Yeah, okay.
So that will happen naturally.
All right. Kabete's case say most credit and applause should also go to Ababu Namwamba for initiating a talent discovery plan that ended up exposing Kibet and other young stars to the world. All the best to Kibet and friends. Kibra United says commercialization of sports is key to the realization of the benefits of the huge efforts and resources and development that is channeled towards nurturing talents, but it needs to start with small efforts like club merchandising, membership and gate charges. Kabetes again says Aldrin Kibet's moment is a sign that Kenya has great talent that is untapped. It is time to go back and invest in grassroots young talent who will take many to the world show. K. Gashima says Hussein is a man on a mission to change football in Kenya, wishing him the very best as well as Team Kenya in the upcoming CHAN competition. Well, those are some of the many feedback that we had here, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Before your final comments, and to just read a comment from some that have been sent. This is from Uncle Fred Obachi Machoka, who says, we have a lot of confidence in the new FKF team under your leadership, Hussein Mohammed. Kindly don't let us down. That is according to Fred Obachi Machoka. And also the others that have been sent. So before the final word, we have a political team here, the Royal Media Services, a team that's made up by me, Seth Olale, Stephen Leto, Manuel To, and Melita Oletenges. And our head coach happens to be our editorial director, Mr. Linus Kaikai. So they are also requesting for jerseys ahead of CHAN. Would that be a long call?
Well, I think you have to earn those jerseys. I would want to challenge that team to play first FKF FC. And if you are able to beat us, then maybe we can consider sending you some.
So we can organize
some jerseys.
One session.
So let's organize one session, and then you can earn those jerseys.
Okay, ahead of before CHAN.
So we of course now. So we challenge you to a game.
Yes.
And if you beat us, then you get the jerseys. If you lose, then you have to buy the jerseys.
Fair. We'll do that. Your final comments.
My first is to thank you for having me, my inaugural show on the bench. So I'm pretty excited, of course, to have the opportunity to address Kenyans at large. And mine is to just reiterate that we have a massive opportunity on our hands. I wish that we don't waste it, we don't lose it. It will be a catalyst for AFCON 2027 in terms of our success story. It is the springboard really for not only for FKF but for the entire country. I want to once again thank the government of Kenya for all the support through His Excellency the President. It's for the first time I have seen a collaboration like no other, and this will make us, I believe, will enable us to succeed. Come out in large numbers, enjoy the festivities, be positive, let us drop the negativity, let us drop the toxic environment that we are operating in right now. Kenya is bigger than every individual. This presents us with a unique opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it. We may not get it 100%, because it's the first tournament in a very long time. Bear with us. We will improve as we get along. What is important is that the intent is there. The intention to do a marvelous job is there. The team is committed under the stewardship and leadership of the LOC chairman Nicholas Musonye, and together with myself and the relevant stakeholders and CAF, we are going to put up a show like no other. This one I'm confident about. But moving forward, please support the federation. Private sector, come on board, hand in hand with government, the funds. If you don't have a ticket, don't come to the stadium. Stay at home, watch it at home, support the team from home. If you have a ticket, come early. Come very early to the stadium, come with your families, get in early. We'll have a lot of entertainment going on. We will have food. It'll be a festival. So come and enjoy yourself. I want to thank the team at CAF for the guidance, for the support that they've given us through, of course, the leadership of Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the president of CAF, and his entire secretariat, with the SG, Veron, who's based in Cairo. We say thank you very much to that entire team. I'm really looking forward to it. And beyond CHAN, what can we do for our local leagues and competitions, right from KPL, WPL, NSL, WNSL, Division 1, and all the way to counties and to the sub-counties? What can we do for the football fraternity? We have, I don't know if you're aware, Ayub, we are losing stadiums. Today we have a big issue in Babadogo, the only facility for the youth in Ruaraka is gone or is almost gone. We're trying to get it retained. We must protect community grounds at all costs. This is the only way we can develop football. So for the guys in Babadogo, we are with you, and we'll see what to do to resolve those issues, but it applies across the country. So with those remarks, I say that once again, thank you very much.
Asante, and thanks for according us your time here on the broadcast. Many thanks. And thanks to you too. In under 18 days, the competition will be kick-starting. The official match the first match, the opening match, will be played in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The final will be held at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. Football fanfare, yet another moment that presents Kenya with this momentous footballing activity. Thank you for watching this broadcast and being part of the JK family tonight. Jeff will be back next week, and Belinda Phillips has been our sign language interpreter. Good night, and God bless you.